There is Is my voice okay?
इको सुनाई दे रहा है मैम, इको यस डबल.
Is it better? No. Is it better? It's still echoing. Good to see you. Nikhil. Let me check someone. Give me a moment to make this echo while Aman, पता नहीं आवाज
Recording in progress.
All right, good morning, everyone. What does Venkat want to say? You have raised your hand. Good morning, Neelam. Thank you for opening the camera.
Good morning, madam.
Very good morning. Venkateshwar, are you asking something? Hello? Yes, some problem. Aman is trying to correct that. All right. Everything is supporting us. Everything is helping us to. Can you hear me better now? All right. Thank you. Can I request everyone to open the camera? Thank you, Aman. And can we begin? Good morning, Pradanya. Can we begin with our magical jar, miracle jar? May I see the raise of hands who are coming for the first time? We welcome you. Welcome you, Malini. And welcome you. What's your name? Malini, why are you raising your hand? You want to say something? Seema, we welcome you. Rashmi is coming for the first time. We welcome you. Shanti, good to see you back. Good morning. Good morning. All right. This is a miracle jar for everyone who's coming for the first time to understand. Miracle jar is a jar we created on the 1st of January 2024. And in that jar, we write down our miracles and put it in the box, put it in the jar. Why do we do that? I have seen law of attraction works magically if you are grateful. Because law of attraction works on the frequency. And when you are grateful, your frequency is very high. Is that true? Is that true? Yes. All students can relate. All participants can understand the power of gratitude. So it's been almost more than 25 years. I have been practicing law of attraction and gratitude, which is why miracles are in my life every day. You will say, you don't have miracles? Anybody who doesn't have miracles in life? Raise hands. No one has miracles? Because you don't know what is miracle. And when you don't know what is miracle, you're not grateful for that miracle and you don't create miracles. Straight answer. But tell me, in yesterday, how many people can you think died? And today, how many people must have died and not woke up? Do we know? And if we are alive, is it miracle? And one day we will not be alive, and that miracle is not going to happen. And if we are not grateful for the miracle we are alive today, we have food in our plate, we have a house to live, we are not a beggar, we have children, we have family, we have parents, we have siblings, we have friends, we have money in the pocket to buy anything we want. Our house is full of appliances, gadgets. We have electricity. We have water. Do you know how many people are struggling for all this? And if we are not struggling and we don't think it's a miracle, then no miracle is going to come in your life. And anything you want in life, the first thing is to be grateful. And law of attraction is all about gratitude. So we have been reading the chapter. So there are so many miracles in my life. Do you realize what miracles you are creating in your life? All the things I counted as a blessing is only a miracle. Okay, we are good to start our reading. The Greatest Secret. The book we are reading, the name is The Greatest Secret. Yesterday, we were talking about the feeling, but today, she's Rhonda. This book is written by Rhonda, and she's giving us the technique how to end our negative feelings. If you're ready, you're serious, it's better if you on the camera. Otherwise, I'll also close and I'll close the session as well. Can I request everyone to open the camera? Thank you, Rashmi. When we are open the camera, we learn seriously. Otherwise, we lose the opportunity. If you want to lose the opportunity, it's okay. You can close the camera And I always say when our camera is open, it is saying the universe, my doors are open for the blessings and miracles. And if we have closed our camera, we are saying, no, I don't want any miracle. I don't want anything in my life. I'm okay. All right. The end of negative feelings. The only thing standing between you and what you are is a thought or a feeling. It's very simple. Very powerful line, very simple, but not obvious, okay? The only thing standing between you and what you are is a thought or a feeling. If you're not achieving something, if you're not creating miracles, is either a thought a barrier or a feeling a barrier. Happiness is your natural state. So if you don't feel happy right now, then you have a negative feeling. And that is stopping that happiness from being present within you. So you can either be happy or you can be sad. This chapter has various practices that will help end negative feelings that have had you wrapped in your repetitive loop. When you are free from them, you will finally live your life in your natural state of sheer joy and happiness. A life more spectacular than anything you have lived up till now. So if you let these negative feelings go, you will be magnet to all that you want. The first thing you need to do is get in touch with negative feelings that you're not even aware of. You are in a loop. You're thinking one thought, then that thought is connecting to another thought, that to another thought, that to another thought, that to another thought. And this way you are in a loop. We think 60,000 thoughts. And imagine if one starts with a negative right in the morning, the moment you open your eyes, what is going to happen? So lots of people have negative feelings they are not aware of. Lots of people are depressed and they are not aware they are depressed. It's only when they make contact with joy that they understand how depressed they were. The first thing you need is awareness of your negative feelings. What negative feelings? Gloominess, for instance. You're feeling gloomy and moody. You feel self-hatred or guilt. You feel that life is pointless, that it makes no sense. You've got hurt feelings. You're feeling nervous and tense. Get in touch with those feelings first. If you want to ignore something, can you ignore? You can't ignore because you will be thinking more of that thought which you want to ignore. So she's telling you not to ignore, but to address it, but to look at it. You don't need to know the name of the negative feeling you have because sometimes it can be hard to pinpoint exactly what you are feeling. All you need to know is that if the feeling isn't happy feeling, it's a negative feeling. And that negative feeling is holding back your life and preventing you from living in the constant happiness. Just be aware of the negative feelings without resisting it, expressing it, or judging it in any way. And recognize that it's just a feeling. Do not make any attempt to change the feeling. When you stop wanting to get rid of the feeling and you stop resisting it, the energy will be released and the feeling can disappear. Is it easy to do so? Show me thumbs up. Yes, it is damn easy. If you stop resisting an emotion, it cannot stand. We have convinced ourselves that if we resist bad feelings, we make them go away, but instead we are guaranteeing that we will experience them over and over again. As the psychiatrist Carl Jung said, whatever you resist persists. It's a very powerful statement. Whatever you resist, it persists. You say, I don't want it. You will see you are what you're not wanting. You will attract it time and again. Take away resistance and any negative feeling, no matter how strong, passes through the body quickly. So these are the techniques she is going to give you. Listen to them very carefully. My teacher showed me that when you place the palm of your hand against someone else's palm, and each of you push against the other's hand, you will feel resistance. Practice right now. Take your one hand, everyone. Take your one hand, and you have a wall next to you. Put your hand on the wall and try pushing it away. Try pushing it. Can you push the wall? So she's telling the same way. My teacher showed me that when you place the palm of your hand against someone else's palm and each of you push against the other's hand, you will feel resistance. If the other person stops pushing with their hand, immediately both hands drop. You can try that with your own hand. You can push this hand towards this hand towards this, and try pushing, try pushing. And if one doesn't push, the other also will fall. This is what she's teaching. If you can, experiment with this with a friend or family member, because experience it for yourself will make it crystal clear. अगर अभी कोई आपके घर में नहीं है, आप बाद में try कर सकते हैं. But जैसे ही आप try करेंगे, you will definitely understand the power of it. This is exactly what happens when you stop resisting a negative emotion. It drops away. When you don't push it, the resistance drops and the emotion drops. To stop resisting a negative feeling, you have to allow the feeling to be present without trying to change it. Just be aware of the feeling, relax, and don't tense up against it, because that's resisting it. Ironically, you let the feeling go by relaxing and allowing it to be there without wanting to change it or get rid of it, without wanting to make it different or do anything about it. Let the feeling be there, and that allows the energy of it to be released. It is the very opposite to what we have always done, which explains why we have so many stressed negative emotions. We all the time we're saying, I don't want to gain weight. So gaining weight is a negative feeling, and we are trying to push it away, and we are wanting not to come to us. But क्या ऐसा हो रहा है कि we are not gaining weight? So resistance is quite insidious. It's one of the main things that stop us from having, doing, and being what we want in life. So resistance is the culprit. The energy behind a negative feeling will naturally release when you allow the feeling to be present. It's an automatic process. All you have to do is be aware of the feeling, allow it to be present, and not try to push it away, change it, control it, or get rid of it. When you fully allow the feeling, you're working for it, okay? You're not saying, I don't want it. You're wanting to lose weight, so you're losing. When you fully allow the feeling, the energy of the feeling passes very quickly. And at the same time, it takes a big chunk of the suppressed feeling with it. For example, if you don't resist an angry feeling, when it appears and you allow it to be present, it will quickly move through you, taking with it some of the original anger that you suppressed early in your life. Don't be afraid of your feelings. Let them come up and be released. Don't have the resistance. When we notice a feeling and allow it to be just as it is, we are no longer suppressing or repressing it. We have finally begun to free the suppressed feelings. Even a bout of extreme anger can fall away in under a minute if we are simply aware of it. Allow it to be there and do not resist it. When we strongly identify with negative emotions, rather than observing them, they can very quickly drain our energy supply. By remaining present and learning how to disidentify from the emotions, we can reclaim control of our energy supply, which then becomes available to enhance our life experience. The following practices I'm about to share are the most effective methods I know of to permanently release negative feelings, including all of the suppressed negative feelings that you have accrued throughout your whole life. I mean, they are gone. You won't be affected by negative feelings the way you once were. Your health will skyrocket, and so will your finances, your relationships, and your entire life. Even better, once the negative feelings are all gone, you will be standing unimpeded in the joy of happiness and infinite awareness. Whatever you want will appear in your life effortlessly. You will be having the experience of a human being while being the infinite being that you actually are. When everything that can be let go of is let go of, what remains is what we deserve above all else. Welcoming. The brilliant teacher and ex-physicist Francis Lucily describes one method of releasing negative feelings as welcoming. Welcoming has proven to be one of the most powerful practices I've ever done in my life. This practice eradicates negative feelings once and for all. It's also worth noting that the situation or circumstance that caused the negative feeling in the first place will also change when you welcome the negative feeling. This is due to you releasing the feeling you have about the situation. Welcoming is the opposite of resisting. Resistance says to a negative feeling, no, I don't want this. And welcoming says, yes, you are welcome here. Awareness is always welcoming of everything. No negative feeling, no matter how strong, can stand up against the welcoming of awareness. In fact, no negativity whatsoever can stand up against the welcoming of awareness. How powerful. It seems counterintuitive to welcome something you don't want, but it's resistance that holds what you don't want to you, and welcoming stops you from resisting. It can be challenging not to resist or tense up against a negative feeling. But when you open your attention and welcome the feeling, miraculously the resistance ceases, and the negative feeling, which is just energy, dissolves. The situation that you were resisting will then be able to change. Remember, opening your attention is like zooming out with a camera lens, so you are not focused on any detail with your mind. Make sure that you don't focus into the feeling. That will make it stronger because the mind increases anything we focus on. Notice the feeling, but don't focus into it. Keep your attention wide. Teacher Hale Dox, Doskin suggests that in the beginning, it can be helpful to open your arms out to the side of your body when you open your attention. Open your arm as though you are welcoming somebody you love, whom you are about to embrace. This helps you open your heart. We have a tendency to keep the heart area of your body permanently contracted without realizing we are doing it. I consciously open my heart when I welcome anything in life that I don't want. Have you understood? Anybody who has not understood it? Everyone practice. Open your arms to the sky. Open it and say, I welcome blessings in my life. Open it fully. Open it fully. Open, yes. Say, I welcome joy in my life. Even if you have pain, but if you say, I'm ready for this joy coming to me, tell me, how are you feeling? Yes. Feeling good? Yes. What for you raised your hand, Venkatesh? All right. So you understood? This is the way you should keep opening your heart. The moment you open your heart chakra opens. And that heart chakra, when opens, it's good to give love. Thank you, Sushmita. And it's good to get love. You know, we are always contracted heart. She says that. But the moment you open your arms, you open to all the possibilities. My teacher says that when we are welcoming, we are being our true self. And what is true self? Awareness. Because welcoming is our very nature. In fact, the infinite awareness that you are is so welcoming that negative feelings can possibly remain in its presence. If your heart is open and if negative feeling is coming, its effect will be worse or less. It'll be less. Quite simply, when you welcome anything negative, you allow it to dissolve back into its source. What is the source? You, the awareness. And so when you welcome a negative feeling, you are tapping into your infinite power to dissolve it. Teacher Francis Lucily says that as we become more established in welcoming, we realize that welcoming is not really an activity of its own. Rather, welcoming stops the activity of resistance. Initially, we think that welcoming is something we do. And as we practice it more, we realize that it's actually stopping us from doing something many of us do automatically. And what is that? Resisting. It's so powerful book. I wish you can really understand its meanings in such simple way she's teaching us. The feeling evaporates because it's only energy. So when feeling arises, notice it is only energy and welcome it. It has arisen because you are ready to be free of it. What hurts you blesses you. What a beautiful topic to understand. What hurts you blesses you. Some years ago, I found myself in a state of depression. At that time, I didn't know most of the things that I'm sharing in this book, but fortunately, I knew how I had brought about depression. My daughter was very sick at that time, and I feared for her life. And I had one terrifying thought after another because I believed those fearful thoughts. In a few months, they sent me spiraling down into depression. Feeling like anger or sadness exists only to alert you to the fact that you're believing your own stories. To lift myself out of depression, I tried to think positive thoughts and thoughts of gratitude. But what I discovered is that our thoughts have very little power in the depths of depression. It's a safety mechanism that protects us from our thoughts manifesting when we are down really low in despair or depression. So, with the failure of my usual way to turn things around, I had to find another way. I decided that if I couldn't override the depression with positive thoughts, I would just stop resisting the depression because I knew that what you resist persists. So I closed my eyes and focused inside my body where the depression seemed to dwell. I opened myself up to the black cloud of depression as if I were stretching my arms out to welcome it, as if I were embracing it by putting my arms around it, just as you would greet someone you love dearly and haven't seen in a long time. I opened up my heart and loved the depression as best I could and pulled it in close toward me. For a few seconds, it wasn't. And then all of a sudden, it became lighter and lighter, and then completely dissolved. In a matter of seconds, it had gone. Just like that. The relief was exquisite. What are we waiting for? Who all are depressed? Can you raise hands? Who are feeling depressed, feeling depression? So, what are you resisting? If you are uncomfortable with the feelings you're feeling, what are you resisting? Can you drop it? Keep opening your arms time and again to the universe and say, I'm ready for the blessings. And you feel the change because it'll open your heart to the abundances already flowing. A few hours later, she says, the feeling of depression came back, but it was much less intense than before. I followed the same process and I continued. to do it whenever the depression reappeared. Each time I did the practice, the depression got weaker and weaker, and in just a few days, it had totally gone. I know without any doubt that I will never suffer from depression again. It has left my body permanently. So, how did I reduce my bipolar? How did I vanish my bipolar? Was only learning from her and doing the practices she had told us to do. The moment you accept what troubles you have been given, the door will open. Rumi says that. If I can do this with depression, you can do it with any negative feeling. When you do it yourself, you will understand the process much better. Dissolving a negative emotion when it's in full flight is the best feeling in the world. Instead of resisting the feeling of depression, which only made it worse and held it to me, I did the opposite in my own way. Even though I didn't know it at the time, I had intuitively welcomed the negative feelings of depression. Since that time, I have used the same practice for any negative feeling that have arisen, for negative thoughts, and I have also used it for any painful sensation in the body, like a cramp in the foot or a headache. I have found that bodily sensations can dissolve as quickly as negative feelings when they are not resisted. So the resistance is you want to keep on holding the emotions you're holding. When you don't let them go, you feel all that. Use the welcoming process for anything that makes you feel bad. Any negative thoughts or stories, negative feelings, painful sensations, or memories, and limiting beliefs. Welcoming frees you from emotional bondage and allows your life to change for the better in every possible way. When you love, when we love our hate, we stop hating. When we love our hate, we stop hating. Love always wins. To love hatred means to welcome it. It doesn't mean that we should do what it tells us to do, but we shouldn't suppress it either. When we love hatred, we put ourselves out of the process of hatred and love begins. What a beautiful strategy. Negative feelings like fear can be immensely uncomfortable or even terrifying, which is why many of us have developed the habit of automatically suppressing them rather than facing them. But they have fooled us. When we allow any negative feeling to be present, welcoming it without trying to push it away, it may feel overwhelming for a couple of seconds as it intensifies, but then it completely disappears. When you have allowed a bad feeling to be present and you haven't suppressed it, that feeling will never be as strong in you again. You have weakened it and it is now on its way out. A few more times of allowing the feeling to be present and it will release from your body. Watch then how much happiness floods in your body and how much goodness floods into your life from just one negative feeling being released. Sometimes we surrender a feeling and we notice that it returns or continues. This is because there is more of it yet to be surrendered. We have stuffed these feelings all of our lives, and there can be a lot of energy pushed down that needs to come up and be acknowledged. When surrender occurs, there is an immediate, lighter, happier feeling almost like a high. This chapter is too big. The relief that you will feel from releasing negative feelings from the body is exquisite. And with every released negative feeling, your body will become lighter, your life more effortless, and you will find your happiness expanding. You also gain momentum the more you do it, and it becomes easier and easier to release negative feelings. You will reach a point where most negative feelings dissolve instantly because they are automatically released the moment you are aware of them. This is the infinite power of awareness. Releasing is like breathing. It's natural, inhale and exhale. That is what every uncomfortable feeling is for. That's what pain is for, what money is for, what everything in the world is for your self realization. Every negative feeling is there to direct you back home to who you are. They alert you to the fact that you are believing stories that are not true. So you can welcome those feelings and live your life as the magnificent awareness that you truly are. Isn't it ironic that negative feelings, the only one thing we do, everything we can to avoid, are the very things that will liberate us? Who wants liberation? Who wants the freedom? Freedom from the negative thoughts. I would say, who doesn't want it? What hurts you blesses you. Darkness is your candle. Okay, Seema. Use every negative emotion that appears as an opportunity to permanently free yourself from that negative emotion. So, अगर negative feelings आती है, तो you have to be scared of it? No. As my teacher said, a negative emotion only arises when you're ready to be free of it. अगर इसको यहाँ anchor कर दिया, इसको यहाँ जोड़ दिया, to welcome the emotion without trying to change it or get rid of it. You are the infinite being, and welcoming is your true nature. Welcome every negative feeling until you are free of them all forever. It is possible to be very peaceful surroundings and yet be tormented, and it is possible to be dangerous, noisy, negative feeling surroundings and yet be entirely at peace. This is in your hand. Nothing can move you. Whatever the situation is, you can be peaceful or you can be dangerous to yourself. How do you welcome feelings about subjects that you have a strong opinion about or a strong stance against, like cruelty to animals? Understand that the bad feelings you feel around that subject are causing you harm and are not helping what you care about. It's very powerful. If you read it, you will be amazed to understand this particular line. Welcome the sensation and feelings that the subject may evoke in you. Welcome your disapproval. Welcome the feelings of unfairness and injustice. Keep welcoming until there is no sensation or feeling left when you think of the subject. I think I'll close it here because it's a powerful lesson. I don't want to speed it up. She has the procedure, but let's discuss it now. Who wants to share the reflections, what you have got right now? What have you understood? Who wants to share? She has given so many processes to make you comfortable. Have you learned any? Yes, Asha, open your mic. Yes,
Good morning, madam.
good morning.
Now, one thing very profound input we got is the resistance. When we resist any thought, it will persist and it will create more discomfort in our mind. So, as much as we avoid resisting any thought which is coming, it will flow off and it will not stay and cause negative reflections in our mind and body. Another thing I learned is whenever we have embedded negative thoughts in our mind, we should try to eliminate that from our mind just by doing
How to eliminate that?
Just by looking inside us and where it is situated and try to accept it and welcome it so that the effect of that will start reducing. Even if it comes back, if we keep repeating that process, at some point it will vanish and give a great relief to us. So
Awesome.
main thing is we have to look inward and see where that negative energy is harming us. If we are able to recognize that, we can eliminate through this meditative process and get relief from this negative impact. And once this negative impact is cleared, she says we will be flourishing in all round.
Liberate. We'll liberate.
Yes, liberate. And
Yes.
we can become more attractive to the positive energies.
Yes, we will become a magnet.
Yes.
So I have made it even more easy process. Like whenever it comes with Ho'oponopono and also with other ways, like I'm okay with you, I love you, and the lesson you were to teach me, I have learned, and your task is over, and now let you go. So when you talk to your thoughts like this, you don't resist, you are aware of your thoughts. And
Yes,
when
ma'am.
you say I let you go, then that hatred is not there.
Yes.
That bad
Accept.
feelings,
Yes.
bad feelings are not there. So basically, everything depends upon the awareness. So more we are aware, more we are practicing what we are learning, the results are bound to come.
So we should start accepting whatever it comes
Yes.
and not get negative
Resist.
impact from that.
Yeah.
When we start accepting, the effect will reduce
Yes.
and our mind will be clear so that the negative thoughts will reduce.
Dissolve.
Yes, hammering on us.
Yeah. So every thought comes to teach us something. It is only we have to learn what we learned,
Yes, ma'am.
not ponder on it, not getting stuck to it. And more we get stuck to it, the more life gets stuck. And there it
Yes.
starts hampering our well-being.
Yes.
So resistance is the only thing. We don't need to resist ourselves. That is what she's saying. Thank you for sharing, Asha. All right. What's that going on in somebody's mind and wants to share? Or we can close the session. So let's we end with the prayer. I didn't do it in the beginning. That's important for us to do every day. Let's we all open your cameras and end our session with a prayer and a forgiveness. Can I request everyone to open the camera? A daily prayer for divine blessings. Beloved Divine Father, Mother, let your divine light fill my mind with wisdom and discernment. Let your divine love fill my heart with sweetness, warmness, and compassion for all. Let your divine power fill me with inner strength to do what is right and to refrain from wholesome actions and behaviors. Beloved Divine Mother, gaze upon me, your beloved child, with mercy, love, kindness, and abundance. For thou art all compassionate. Thank you for your protection and your love. And now the forgiveness prayer. Atma Namaste. I, the soul, salute the divinity in you. We are all children of Supreme God. We all make mistakes. We are all evolving. I forgive you and seek for your forgiveness at all levels. Go in peace. May you be blessed with good health, happiness, prosperity, and spirituality. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. So with that, if you have a question or want to know something, you can ask me, or we are good to go. So this week, what will you practice? You just practice not to resist your thoughts. Be watchful. Let them come and go. Let them appear and disappear. You don't own them. Of course, Sushmita, gratitude is the key. And people who are not being a part of our gratitude journal, this is our gratitude journal for 5 areas. In that, we teach you affirmation mastery, how to do your affirmations every day, and meet at 6:30 every evening from Monday to Friday, where we do the healings, Ho'oponopono healings, we do gratitude journaling, we do lotus gratitude, and we rewire our subconscious mind and make it vibrate on the frequency of our goals and dreams. So when we vibrate there and we match the frequency of our mind, the attraction happens. This is what we are doing every day. You want to know more about it? Aman is there. You can contact me on 93122 Ask me, how can you be a part to it? And definitely we can work with you as well as we are working with so many. Thank you, Aman. The number is in the chat box. And Aman, can you also share the links of our digital handles? People who are wanting to listen it again, what we have read today, it is very profound. If you listen it more, you will learn deeper. So my digital handle links are in the chat box. You can reach Insta, YouTube, And a good news, today we are starting 11-day gratitude challenge for free on Instagram. If you are on the Insta, the reel every day will be posted on Insta for you to give you a task of next 11 days. And you can see when you pay gratitude, how you become magnet to your dreams and goals. Who is in for that 11-day challenge? Write in the chat box me, so that in case you miss this, we can post it to you. But if you are on my Insta handle, okay, Deepti. All right, Aman, you can just look at that. In case you miss it, you have my number. I can give you the link to join the challenge. And these 11 days, I would love to listen to your miracles. If you take up this challenge, miracles are bound to happen. You only need to subscribe the channel, follow my handle, and get the task, and do the task on the Insta. All right, I'll be noticing everybody's task. I'll be coming to appreciate you there. But I want to check who are ready to take up the challenge. Life is very easy. Learnings are very easy. But you have to practice that. And I promise you, if you practice, your life will not be same within these 11 days. All right? So we are good to go. If you have a question, you can ask me, or I can close the session. It's 8:30 already. Okay, Sushmita, you have to reach my Insta handle. You've got the link. Everybody can take that. Aman, you can post the link in all the groups in case somebody misses, can reach there. All right. This weekend, only be watchful for your feelings. Don't be a part to them. If something is happening to you, to let it come and go, but you open your arms to the universe and just say, the universe, I trust you. I love you and I love myself. And see the magic. Okay, we are good to go. I love you all. God bless you all. Thank you, Aman. All right. The reel is already posted for your information. It's already in the groups. In case you have not got the link to reach my Insta handle, you have that all there. Saturday, Sunday, people are in gratitude group. They will do the gratitude practice, but people who are not in the gratitude group, they'll be doing on the Insta. Love you all. God bless you all. Thank you for joining, and thank you for learning, and thank you for creating miracles. And have a weekend full of magnificent outcomes. I love you all. God bless.